Can you get 2 of those for the vanilla and I'll Venmo you? Sweet. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's all good. There's some important yogurting happening just then.
Well, no, I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't like going to the grocery store.
Are you guys gonna get some freezing temps?
I didn't look.
We're getting
So
some. You might get some in a day or two.
I mean, like, I know we live on the hospital grid, so I don't really care anymore.
Oh, super true.
So it's kind of like one of those. Austin might freeze, but like, is it really my problem?
But you don't want to be on the road when that's happening. You know what I mean?
I don't drive that much anyway.
Fair.
I go to my office maybe twice a week. So it's
Must be
whatever.
nice.
And even if I can't get there, like, I can still do my job. It's just I have to rely on other people for information. But that's some other shit. I was watching a thing. It's the many voices of Jackie Chan.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
He has like his favorite guy for like different dubs and different voices and stuff. So
Like to replace him in English?
yeah.
He has a favorite VO dude
Yeah.
for his projects. Okay, cool.
Hmm. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
You want like a voice that represents you, right?
Yeah.
Who would you pick for yours?
Holy cow. Oh man.
I don't know that many voice actors, so like I don't know anybody's name off the top of my head.
Shit, I don't either.
Who would you
Like,
want to play you in a movie?
me in a movie?
Yeah, that's probably the closest we're gonna get to this.
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina,
But specifically from his role in Maverick with old Mel Gibson.
What is Maverick?
All right, it's a movie. It's not. It's like an old Western heist movie with
Like
Heart of the
what year?
Cards. Oh hell, I don't know. I'm old. You're gonna have to go back in time.
The guy who played Doc Ock in Spider-Man.
For sure, but that specific role where he's like the dirty Mexican villain.
Okay, this guy's cool. I like this guy.
Yeah, he's got some swag.
I'd have a hang with this guy for sure. I'd want Billy Zane to play me.
Holy shit, that's pretty perfect.
I think he could do it justice. Personally.
Billy Zane. I wonder if we'll ever see Billy Zane in the MCU. I wonder how that would work.
In the MCU?
Yeah. If we could bring him in either like, A, would you bring him in as a villain or a hero? Billy Zane, MCU.
A villain.
Totes. Bro,
Yeah,
Mr. Sinister.
Uh,
Nathan Essex.
I think he's rocking the bald guy thing these days. I don't know if I could see him again with hair. Honestly, he'd be a badass kingpin if you could like make him big.
Shit, we got a great Kingpin already. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin's crazy good.
Vincent D'Onofrio. I gotta look
Yeah.
up all these fucking people.
Dude, so I was watching a movie.
Isn't this the guy from Full Metal Jacket?
Yes. And he was also Edgar the Roachman from Men in Black, and
Okay.
he played Kingpin in the Netflix series on Daredevil, and he also resumed that role in the Disney Plus series Hawkeye.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of that shit.
It's pretty
This guy's
good.
cool. He's in a lot of fucking movies. I like these guys that are like they're everywhere. You just don't know their name.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I
feel
saw
like he
I saw
could
him.
go and get lunch and not get hassled.
Nah, dude. No way. I'd put money on that. Vincent D'Onofrio, through all his various roles, he's going to get hassled. Billy Zane, nobody's going to know who that is. Vincent D'Onofrio, they got
I
his
think
number.
it'd be one of those things where like he kind of looks like that guy, but they're not sure.
Is that him? Not until you hear his voice, I guess.
Because when he's got his goatee and hair, you guys can Google that shit at home. He kind of looks like what's the guy that plays Hulk?
Eric Bana? Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, he looks like fat Mark Ruffalo.
Fat Mark Ruffalo. Hmm.
I mean, I'll send you a picture right now.
Let me see it. I will be the judge. I shall be the decider.
Look at that first image.
Oh, damn. Got him. Zing.
That's dead on.
Yeah. This same person just played Jerry Falwell Sr. in a movie called The Eyes of Tammy Faye. And he's not the only MCU actor in that shit because Andrew Garfield was in it also. And it was the most surreal thing, dude. It was the weirdest thing.
But
it's so good. Such a great kingpin. Great villain no matter where you put him.
He's a cool dude. What'd you do yesterday?
Hell, man. I think I probably slept most of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Just recovering from bullshit, yeah. You know, I did the super ultra mega clean. It's like New Year's type thing. Mm-hmm. Looking around the space here, like, where can I make more space? How can it become more productive? And then we went out, and the same day we got this brand new pod mic by road, we picked up a brand new vacuum. So I've been like in this hustle of like vacuuming and carpet cleaning the house and all this.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything significant happening yesterday. Which is good. That's a pretty good day right there. Not going to lie. Rather have that than some of the more tumultuous days. What'd you do yesterday?
I had a nice walk.
Yeah?
Went out for a nice walk. Played video games. Cleared my head. I thought about literally nothing until maybe like 4 or 5 a.m. And it was pretty awesome. Just like a reset, you know?
Yeah.
I watched... There's this guy I watch on Twitch who gambles money all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like $1,000 bets. And like, I think the most I've seen him down in like a session is like $4 million. But he just throws money around. And
what's the most he was up?
I have no idea. I think he's mostly just lost a lot of money.
Damn.
So I don't really know where it comes from. Don't really care to know. But I think he's a cokehead and a gambling addict.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But his apartment is extremely nice.
How does he get through Twitch's TOS?
How's that?
Well, I just assumed they had like a no gambling clause. I could be completely wrong about that.
He moved to Canada where it's legal.
Oh, okay, got it. So this is just a wholesome community activity he's displaying online.
I mean, as far as I know, if it's not illegal from where you're streaming from, then it's not illegal. So like, he's not doing anything wrong.
On.
He's of age. It'd be like drinking. I think gambling should be legal throughout the U.S.
Well, even with that, they have like caveats for drinking. You can't be overly intoxicated on your streams, and you have to have like a thing. I know there's loopholes, right?
I've had friends fall asleep drunk at their desk. Nothing.
Good night.
Twitch is the dumbest fucking... Like, those rules only matter for, like, 100 people.
Right. Just
like,
as long as they can keep their ratio.
Yeah,
the ratio suggests that we are enforcing these rules.
I was streaming the Conan the Barbarian movies on Twitch. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And there was a bunch of scenes where, like, girls are just running around with their tits out.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah. The rituals and such. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man. That's in there. But nothing happens to you. Like, ever.
I heard somebody recently got hit with a ban for streaming a movie. I can't recall what movie it was. Something asinine, so that didn't matter.
Like someone big?
Yeah, it was someone big. That's the only reason it made a headline. But like we were talking about that trend of people are just playing movies and TV and shit. Just like, whatever, man, we're reacting together as a team.
What it happens. One time I ended up watching, it's like, fuck. Kind of like Real World type thing.
Okay.
It was like this spin-off. This guy was just playing WoW all day and watching that. And while he was watching it, like, you end up just watching the show that's on more than like listening to him or watching what he's doing in WoW.
Right.
And he was playing this thing called Floribama Shore, which is basically just a bunch of mostly trashy white people getting fucked up and getting into fights and creating drama almost every single day.
Damn.
Where it's this cycle that I started identifying where it was like there is no like calm, nothing happened episode. There has to be tension
The whole way through.
Yeah, like you can tell like the producers are like prodding at like certain scenarios to happen. And like there's always somebody crying and always somebody getting into an argument.
Man, it sounds like you just described every real UFC type thing out there. Have you ever watched those? Whatever that is, they put all the fighters in the house. It's exactly what you're talking about, just with UFC fighters.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you watch it, and it's somewhat entertaining until you identify that loop, and you're at that point you're just waiting for the loop. It's the same reason I stopped watching House. Like House is a cool
I hated
show.
House.
I liked House. I liked the characters in House. What I didn't like in House was the repetitive sequence of events. So like the start of the episode. Tell me if I'm wrong in any sense. You've seen the show, so you know what to expect.
Yep.
There's two people. They're doing something completely normal. All of a sudden, one of them starts to feel funny, and then the camera is going to zoom in to what's now an animated sequence of blood cells rushing through a vein, and then something becoming abnormal looking in their body, like a virus taking over, and then it zooms back out through some sort of orifice, whether it's an ear or an eye, and they're bleeding from either their ears or their eyes, or they're in immense pain in the fetal position, and then black, and then it starts playing the credits. Next, we're going to have that person laying in a bed. Dr. Gregory, or not even Dr. House, he's going to show up for a minute. One of these other asshole interns walks in there first, talks to them a little bit, and then they go back upstairs to House's office. They're going to sit in House's office, and they're going to discuss it and throw things at him, and House is going to say, nope, that doesn't explain it because of this. Get me these three things, which is always like an MRI and a CT scan and something else. And after
don't forget the
tests,
whiteboard, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's included in the discussion. It's whatever.
You gotta have the whiteboard.
And then they're going to go run those tests, and they're going to be negative, and he's be like, yep, I knew they would be. And so why do we do that? What was the point? We've already done this 40 fucking times. We know the show. We know House knows what it is. He's just fucking with them to make them figure it out. And so
that's how you teach, bro.
No. So next there's going to be this entire new sequence of what could it be. We'll do a second interrogation. And then we feel like they might be lying about something or hiding something.
Treat them like shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's break into their fucking house. That is always the next step. There's so much housebreaking.
Okay, so it took one episode of that part where the interns are like, oh, I'm in the kitchen and I'm looking under here and I found mold. I'm like, fuck this show forever. I used to be a nurse. I can't stand that shit.
You didn't get asked to go break into someone's home?
Never, not one time. Not a single time. Never, ever in my ever would anyone ever just leave the hospital to go investigate a patient's shit like that. That doesn't happen.
Well, sometimes
no.
Sometimes you get asked, how are you supposed to identify lupus without breaking into someone's house and invading their personal space?
It's way more boring if you're not breaking into their house.
Anyway, so there's the breaking and entering part, and then they run some lab tests, and at the last second, before they're about to be pronounced dead, they go ahead and inject some miracle cure or some basic fucking antibiotic that they could have started with the whole time. But instead, here's what's crazy to me is like, instead of treating, most of the time they'll just like do all these expensive ass fucking tests.
Oh yeah.
And treat with all this different shit first before they're like, oh yeah, just start him on amoxicillin. He'll be good in 3 days. It's like,
well, because you've got all these protocols, man.
So much money. So much money.
Thinking like an American right there, bud. If House were in another country with a national hospital system, nobody would be going, like, you're spending too much money. They'd be like, oh, what an interesting way to teach people about this test and the ramifications of these diagnoses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's not what I do. I am that guy that says that's too much money.
That's too much money, you bitch.
That's what I do. Anyway, House is cool, but fuck House. House gets so wild. If you haven't seen House, I don't give a shit because you've had like 30 years to do it.
I think the best medical show I've ever seen was Scrubs.
Scrubs was a fun show. I really liked Scrubs.
Yeah.
I could do without a lot of the singing. I'm not
Yeah, I imagine you're not much for musicals in that way.
I'm not a fan. But otherwise, I enjoyed the show. I like the old doctor, the guy who owns the place or runs the place.
That's you in real life, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
The-
No nonsense.
yeah, I forgot his name, but he puts up with no bullshit, and everybody hates him.
I think it's Dr. Kelso.
Is that right?
Bob. I think it's Bob Kelso is the guy's name in the show.
Right on.
I know we were talking about it the other day. We were talking about lawyers, and we're like, yeah, you can be a lawyer, but you have to be the lawyer like Ted from Scrubs.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's like sweaty. I liked that character. That was probably the funniest
nervous
one.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, between him and the janitor and the bullshit that they ended up playing off between each other throughout the series. Yeah.
That was fantastic. I think I'd be a horrible lawyer, dude.
You would be a horrible lawyer?
Yeah.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
Why do you think horrible lawyer?
I don't have patience for people.
Okay.
And so I could easily see me being the guy where they're like, hey, let's fight this. And be like, no, you did some dumb shit. We're gonna hope that the judge shows some mercy on you, and we'll take whatever sentence we get, and you can deal with it. Don't sell crack.
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, don't do that, especially in public and using a cell phone.
Yeah, I can't imagine you as a lawyer.
No.
It seems like you don't have enough fucks to give to argue with people in such a way for anything.
I really don't. I think if you're a close friend, then yeah, I got some good advice most of the time. But for like just general people, like, hey, here's my problem. Like, man, I don't want to fucking deal with your problems. I deal with so many other people's problems. That doing it for someone else is sounds real fucking boring.
Not part of the fun at all, huh?
No. At least if I'm doing it for someone that I know or care about, there's like satisfaction, helping them out. But helping out randos, I don't get nearly as much satisfaction.
It used to be my whole vibe, dude, was helping randos. I guess it was the same in comic shops because randos would walk in and be like, hey, what are you in for, nerd? Like, you'd already know when they were, your diagnosis is nerd. Your particular addiction is sports cards, because I got to have like my own little house whiteboard pop up. That's like, that's kind of what you do. You're like, what are you in for, guy?
Kind of sounds fun. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, if I wanted to open up a business, like, what would I do? I always think about a gas station.
A gas station, huh?
Yeah, man, just a little quick stop.
No funky business, just straight up a gas station. Like they have that Rudy's at 24-hour fuel, but it's also mostly a barbecue shop. Yeah. Or Buc-ee's at that giant Walmart.
I don't think I'd want to run a Buc-ee's. I'm thinking like, honestly, if I could do like a gas station without the gas part, that'd be tight. But I guess you kind of need it to drive traffic.
No, not at all. That's
I just want a quick stop.
That's like called half a comic book store, dude. You've got like you walk into a shop.
No.
It is so like that. It is 100% like that. It's just a matter of so you're thinking gas is going to be the foot traffic, and if we're talking 10, 20 years, you really need to be thinking e-fuels, like electric cars and shit, man.
Hang on, before we even, the fact that you would just call a convenience store half a comic shop.
Do you know what people? Okay, look, that's what most go into one, and you're gonna find snacks and drinks and bullshit, right? You're not necessarily gonna find like the 7-Eleven mini grocery store. That's not gonna be a thing.
I don't look at a 7-Eleven or a quick stop and immediately think, oh, that's half a comic shop right there.
A lot more people should think that way.
No.
I don't know what to say. You're right. It's an abnormal thought. But to me, I'm like, hey, man, all you got to do is put some comics in there. But that's how the shit started. It used to be you would go places like this and have periodicals like that on the shelves. People would literally be reading comics in the 7-Eleven.
I would ask them to leave.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what happened. No loitering and GTFO and The Simpsons came out and, the world moved on.
See, that's what I like about the idea of a quick stop is like, I've got these things. Snacks, drinks, coffee, maybe a couple donuts. You walk in, You buy what you need and then get the fuck out, please.
What kind of neighborhood would you target for that?
Just like same shit I live in right now. I go to my Quick Stop all the time, dude. You hear me talking about going there. Dude's fucking cool. I walk in and used to, I guess it took like a couple of weeks for him to like recognize me and know me.
Yeah.
But every time I walk in now, same shit. He's like, "Saw, dude." I got him saying that shit now.
You're cool with it. I'd be like, stop placating me, you fuck.
No, I mean I was saying.
Well, because like there's one.
Back.
Well, okay, but there's there's this. About 2 years ago, there was one corner store within like short distance, and then like 2 or 3 more have popped up in a similar like 1 mile radius, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all kind of the same type of a thing, like exactly what you would think of a corner stop without a gas station, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And one of them sells pipes for your tobacco needs, wink nudge, and like another one has a more robust like groceries, but like a foreign groceries type of place.
Yeah.
And the first one is like, "Hey, what's up, boss?" And everybody calls you a boss. You walk through the door, "Hey, boss, how's it going, boss?" Like, God damn, could you not? Like, that's what goes through my head. I'm not like, "Yeah, I'm the boss here." I'm not thinking we got a rapport. I'm like,
man, you read into that a lot.
Read into it. I'm just saying it's annoying. You know what?
What's wrong with the word boss?
I don't know. Nothing. Not the boss. It's not the boss thing. It's like, if everybody's called boss, you ain't doing anybody any special favors, chief.
You're not making them feel special. It's just a turn.
Hey, that's what a good salesman does. You get to know a person, right?
Oh, dude, he could say
your
dude,
guy says, "Sir,
guy.
dude." What if your guy said, "Sir, dude," to everybody who walked in the door? Everybody.
He might.
You feel like it's the same. It's the same thing if it's not just for you.
I think he does it because I did it to him, and he got used to it.
So you've now influenced and impacted your entire local community with "Sir, dude."
My entire local community, but at least that guy.
Fair. Well, I mean, if he's doing it to everybody who walks in the door, then a lot more people are hearing it.
I walk in, chit chat, what's going on, dude? Not much. You off today? No, just fucking around. All right, dude. On. I'll catch you next time. Friendly dude. I'm sure. There was one time I left my wallet at the house and it was already up there. And I was like, shit. I was like, can I just like come back in the morning? Because it was like almost 2 a.m. And that's about when he closes up shop. Or maybe like 12 a.m. I don't remember. But I was like, can I just come in the morning? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then I was like, oh, shit, do you have Apple Pay? He's like, yeah. So I was able to just pay on my phone. But at least, like, I come in there often enough. I buy enough shit that the dude knows that, like, I always pay with a card.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around. I don't get a bag. I get my shit. I get out.
I don't fuck around.
Yeah, dude.
I don't get a bag.
No, dude. I don't. I don't.
Just in and out.
I don't fucking. I go in there knowing what I want, and this.
So you're saying like you're the perfect customer for.
I'm the perfect customer for anywhere.
Nice.
I don't ever just peruse. I'm a purpose shopper, and if I want to peruse, I do that shit from home, like a decent.
On the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
Here's one thing I feel like you can't do that with. The last bastion of a real store.
What?
You can't check out couches and chairs and recliners and shit on the internet, man.
I agree. That's different.
See what I'm saying? Like, you got to go to one of these big flashy ass stores. Like the IKEA is probably not the greatest example, but like Nebraska, yeah, or the Rooms to Go, that giant son of a bitch up here in North Texas.
Yeah.
Have you been to that yet?
No.
Bro, I got suckered into going the first time because there was some kind of an ASUS tournament happening up there.
Uh-huh.
It was almost like it was not quite a BYOC tournament, but there's some BS to show off a new laptop or something like that. But I walked in and it was like the weirdest feel because it's a huge building.
See,
very like cinematic.
I think it's a little different because, okay, with a grocery store or with gas stations, big box stores, things like that. Tangible items that you do not need to like put your body on to like get a texture or feeling or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
Just something that you're buying. I go there knowing what I'm going to get, and I don't really fuck around with any other aisles or locations that like don't have those things. And so I go in, I spend as little time in there as possible, and I get out. I know for a fact, I mean, like, my mom is one of them for sure. Like, we'll go into a store and just fucking, she'll just look at stuff. I'm like, why? Do you need it? No, I was just looking.
Right.
Then fucking, why are you here? Or going for one thing and like get like
Is it like role playing? You
walk out
think?
with 5. What do you mean role playing?
Like, do you think the process of perusing and looking at shit that you're not going to buy is like, imagine myself with this, and like it's a whole like fantasy sequence of what one could or would do with something like that? Like, I don't. Maybe it's that. I kind of feel the same way. I used to hate that shit. My mom was one of those people, and then both of my sisters were those people, and I
But
was
I
the
feel like
guy that's like, there's no way we could afford anything. Let's just not do this.
Yeah, I don't even think it's about the money. Like she could afford whatever. It's not
Sure.
that. I think it's just one of those things where, I mean, you pegged it the other day. Like I don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like having a lot of stuff. So shopping really isn't my thing. Like
Yeah.
clothes occasionally. Otherwise, like I have no desire to just stare at stuff. But if you're doing that as a person, then you're then making it more difficult for other people to navigate the store because you're in the fucking way. Or if it's a place where it requires like a sales rep's attention and you're just fucking around the entire time, it's a little annoying. Like
Like when we were at Guitar Center.
Guitar Center is one of them. What's the other one? So like I was just at like a CBD store the other day,
Okay.
and there were like 3 people in there, and there's a lot of like question and perusing going on.
What does that one do? Is this one good for boils on my heel?
Yeah,
There's
right.
different
There's a
shit
lot
like
of
that.
that going on, and they can't really like deal with that and then check me out. Like I already know what the fuck I want. I'm here for a specific reason, and that's why like a lot of what I've done now is pivoted just like ordering it online and just doing store pickup where it's just on a shelf with my name.
Fair enough.
Because I hate waiting on that one asshole that just has like 9 questions. It inevitably happens to me all the time.
You would have
Or like the
hated
person
90s.
paying with a check in 2020. Or
I haven't seen somebody pay with a check in like 6 or 7 years, man.
someone fucking paid with a check at HEB yesterday and I'm still thinking about it.
Wow.
I why?
Aren't they like instant transmission now? Do they just like blap blap and run it through a little machine just like a debit card these days anyway?
No, so what happens with stores and for most retail places, they'll have a deposit slip at the end of that day. And that deposit slip has about like 20 slots where you can put your cash total and then any checks. You write the check number in that deposit slip and then how much that check is worth. And then you tally the entire thing. And at the bottom, you have your total. And you have to take that deposit slip to the bank. Most big retail storefronts, what they'll do is they'll hire a company to come once a month, or they might do once a week, whatever their turnaround schedule is, and they'll go pick up like a bunch of deposit slips from each day.
Okay.
So rather than you traveling out or even having the time to do that, remember we were saying earlier, like it takes time to do shit. And how the fuck do people pay bills back then?
Right.
You got to work. So these companies will come pick up your deposit slips for you, so you don't have to go to the bank.
Right on.
And they're like security companies that have armored trucks and shit like that.
Yeah, so they're
'cause
like safe
rolling
and
around
shit.
with, yeah, thousands upon thousands of dollars a day. I actually know someone who worked one of those gigs. He said it was fucking boring. It was basically just UPS for deposit slips.
I knew a guy said the same shit. Did the same stuff, said the same shit. Boring. Whole lot of driving. Like like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think some people are down with that kind of thing, but I think other people it drives them crazy. I know guys that love UPS. Like,
Yeah.
have worked for UPS for 30 years. They fucking love it. They said it's good exercise. They get to listen to their shows and shit. And they get good benefits, so.
And you get to meet lots of different and interesting people.
I bet.
If you're an extrovert type, you can use that to your advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of connections we made fucking going door to door. You see somebody with some cool shit, like, hey, what's up with that massive truck in your yard, bud?
Yeah. Is that a Hellcat?
Is that a Hellcat?
Yeah.
Dude, car people like that are fun to me. There was my brother-in-law has a Camaro?
Okay.
Challenger. I think it's a
Dodge.
Challenger.
Okay.
And then there's some other dude who was like, man, I love that car. I want the Hellcat edition. Then in my head, I was thinking, like, I'm assuming larger engine. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, there's some kind of a sporty upgrade.
But you still have the same speed limits, so fuck is the point?
Dude, you get faster from A to B on your 0 to whatever the speed limit is. That's the point. So that means you're just a tiny little bit further ahead than all the other assholes who are still not quite there.
I quit speeding like 3-ish years ago.
That's pretty good, man. I generally speaking don't speed.
I used to just because I like wanted to get somewhere faster, right? But then I did the fucking math. It does not help. If
You
you're
don't
gonna be
actually
late,
get there faster?
marginally. We're talking seconds.
Right on.
Most of the time, you're saving seconds. So if you're 10 minutes late for work, what the fuck is 2 more?
Yep.
Honestly.
I learned the hard way when I used to live in San Marcos but drive to Austin to try to get to a shift on time. If traffic was just completely screwed on 35, I was going to be in traffic on I-35. There was no way around it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like that one shot up. I think the longest I was ever in traffic was an hour and a half to get to work.
Oof.
Yeah, and that sucks on a hospital shift.
Yeah, Austin traffic was fucking stupid. The way the city was designed was fucking stupid. But whatever. Can't fix that shit now. It'd be funny going back in time and be like, hey, you guys gotta not do this. This whole X pattern with the highways, you gotta cut that shit out. Make a circle. Make a big circle.
You see, we need to have 2 or 3 loops.
I'd be the way. Look like Houston.
I don't like navigating Houston traffic either. But, you know, whatever.
Houston at least looks coherent.
True. They don't have a whole lot of weird name changes. They just have a whole shit ton of toll roads.
Yeah. It's funny, man. There's so many toll roads in Dallas and Houston, and then people flip shit when there's toll roads in Austin.
Yeah, that would probably feel out of place when it first starts up in Austin. And then you'll just join the rest of us in hell.
We've had one for like 10 years.
Yeah, but do you have 3 connected in exactly
no.
where you need to be? You know what
We
I
have
mean?
2.
I feel like in Dallas nowadays, you can take the really slow route, in peak hours at least. You can take the normal non-toll roads that will get you there within an extra 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can take the tolls and get there and cut that 20 minutes out of your drive. But you're paying, and the thing is, dude, they do like that whole peak pricing bullshit. So
They
like,
do that here. It's fucking stupid.
oh my god, dude, $3.50 one time. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh, dude. One time they were charging $15 on Mopac.
Oh my god, are you serious right now?
People were taking that shit, dude.
That is insane.
Austin traffic's fucking dumb.
I didn't know you guys had your own flex lane. Shit, like that lane for Chads.
It is a flex lane. Dude, it was so funny. We were driving around in Dallas, and this one guy would not let us over.
Oh yeah, that's Dallas.
And this is one of the most frustrating things. So there's an exit coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get over, and then he like keeps like speeding up, and then so we like slow down just so we can fucking at least get behind him and like get in so we can exit. And the guy does this like back thumb motion, like, no, you got to get behind. I was like, dude, you're such a fucking cuck. And then he drives, and then he takes the exit, or not take that. He doesn't take the exit anyway, and gets over in a lane that we are in. We're like, dude, we could have just
being a complete
done
asshole.
that, yeah. And I wasn't driving, but I was like, what the fuck was that about? The person I was with said, yeah, there's a lot of $30,000 millionaires out here. And that shit made me laugh so hard because that's the vibe I get from most people in Dallas that act like they do have money.
That's fair, dude. Everybody acts like they're the fucking corpo type. You don't mess with me or my legal team.
That's
like,
why I don't
bro,
fucking hang out in the domain. That's like all the people in the
in
domain.
our Dallas? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Yeah, because we... Oh, what do you mean the domain?
The domain in Austin.
Oh. You
it's
got
like
your own little pocket of Dallas down there?
yeah, it's like a little bubble of Dallas. It's so fucking cringe.
Is it
Everyone,
like a loft, like a super
yeah,
loft slash
it's just a bunch of
shopping
lofts.
slash?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly that. The same shit. And everyone there just looks like they just stole clothes on Instagram and they're wearing them around, and they're all taking pictures and waiting in line at Starbucks, and it looks fucking miserable.
That's, you know what's crazy to me is the idea that there's an entire business model around making Instagram destination. So like you can go to any city in Texas or across the US and they're going to have a place that is just there for you to walk in, walk through like 4 or 5 different sets and take photos and share that shit on Instagram. That is the business model. Like you're paying an
Do they
amount
charge an
to
entry
get through
fee?
the door. Yeah, totes.
That's
Absolutely.
what's up, dude.
That's crazy, right? Though, like
That's
I want to
awesome.
go to the rainbow LED room with the reflective spinning lights or whatever the fuck, or like I want to go
Fuck
to the
all
one
those
that looks
people.
like-
That kicks ass.
that kicks ass.
Take their money.
Take
I
their
fucking,
money.
dude. I fucking hate those people.
So that's the business, bro. Right there. You don't even need a fucking convenience store. You know what you do? You do that, and you sell $7 smart waters or something. You'll crush it, dude. Just keep whatever the vegan local organic branding is that's just trending on Instagram at the time.
Hell yeah.
You just sell that shit. Easiest money you ever made.
Yeah, dude. Who was it that was talking to us about? Fuck. Who was it? There was like a word that was recently invented for
Oh,
people that are failing on social media. They're not. I think influencers are cringe to begin with, but like there's influencers and there are other people that call themselves like micro influencers or something. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I
It's
wish
like
I
a
did.
Yeah, it's like a word for
For not
like,
quite getting there.
yeah, I'm not famous, but I want to be, but I need to call myself something or give
I'm
myself a label.
micro-influencer.
Yeah, I'm a micro. Like, no, you're just a fucking regular dude. That's what
I'm
you
what
are.
you call a grassroots influence partner. I like to get involved with everything happening within my particular locus of control. Numbers don't matter in
Hey,
that scenario.
I'm Kevin. Really nice to meet you. I'm a micro influencer. I've spun my wheels for months, getting no traction, and I'm probably only about $3,500 in debt. From trying to build my brand, but it's persistence, it's consistency. You just got to go in there and you got to keep doing it
Keep
every
doing
day,
it.
and it'll eventually happen.
You just keep traveling,
Hey,
keep taking photos.
Kev, here's some tough shit. It doesn't work for everybody. That's just life. That's okay. You can, man. I have seen. There's this one video of this guy who like tried for years to like make it big on Twitch. I did everything right. I did all the marketing right. I was on all the hours. Blah blah blah. And he was like, and I was just depressed, and my room's a fucking wreck because it was just never taken off. And he's like, and it finally dawned on me one day that like it's luck. It's a huge portion of it is luck.
Just like everything else involving celebrity or charisma.
Yeah, dude, and that's totally fine. That, man, I feel bad for all these fucking kids who like that's their identity is what they do online. I see a lot of it. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I'm raising some kids and I'm trying to look out for those flags, dude. Like what? Oh
Yeah,
no,
man.
you're a real people now. Let's talk about real
man.
people shit.
I almost never post about what I'm doing. I'll do it if I'm at a concert. Like, man, I'm gonna fucking shout them out again because I love this fucking band, Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Austin and you get the opportunity to see Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol, that is one of the most fun fucking shows I've been to. I've been to 5 now. And I just found them in like last October. But man, they kick ass. Huge fan. Huge fan. But for shows like that, yeah, I'll post it on Instagram. Throw their name out there. I like them. But for people that like every moment of their day, they post what they're doing. It's like, fuck, dude. Why do you need everyone to know? It's weird to me.
Yeah,
I'm a private
I agree
person
with
in
that.
general, though. I don't like people knowing everything. I don't even like cell phones that much, dude. Having someone being able to summon me, I don't like it.
Summon you like you're
Yeah,
an
dude.
elder demon.
Yeah. Someone calls you.
What? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me just write this little hole. Like
Uh huh.
let's say I wanted to summon Tyler. What 3 ingredients do I need to summon fourth Tyler?
Yeah, that's the fucking problem. Is you don't even need fucking ingredients. You just gotta press a button now. Back then, you'd have to know where I hang out at, who I might
Fair.
be with, and when I might be home.
Not
Otherwise,
anymore.
yeah, I'll leave him a message at his house, and hopefully he'll get back to me later tonight. Now
Yeah,
people get fucking tilted if you don't answer them right away.
that's a
Uh,
weird one right there. I
uh,
mean, I think not right. I don't know what's the proper time frame. Somebody gives you a call, you see it, you're not ready for the call, you ignore that shit, right? Actually, I just hold on. This is super relevant, dude. I
so
just I just broke off a potential networking opportunity with this 24-year-old buck because of this exact shit, right? He tried to come at me with this idea of I manage 10 people and I'm not always available to conclude conversations, right? And so the background here is we're talking about trying to get a Magic the Gathering podcast going, right?
hmm
And we started this conversation back in like November.
yeah,
And there's been 3 or 4 interactions where he'll say something like, "Say, do you have a Discord?" I'm like, "Yeah, here's a Discord," and I'll start talking to him about the project, and then he just never responds, right?
yeah,
And so this happened for the 4th time, and I was like, you kind of have a pattern of not finishing a conversation. And he comes at me with, "Well, I manage 10 people. I can't always finish those." I'm like, brother, listen, one day you're going to be 40, and you're going to
What-
have a thought that you don't have the patience to deal with this bullshit, and you're going to be absolutely right, and dodging the bullet's going to be worth that time. Good luck, son.
uh,
And then he's just like, "Well, you don't understand." I'm like, "Bruh, I used to manage a hospital. I understand. You can still finish a conversation." So it's like, I guess the question here is, and given that scenario, like
uh-huh.
when do you go with can't complete this to I've now completely ignored it and the person? Like, is it
So
4, 6, 8, 12, 24 hours?
let's see. So Samir texted me yesterday around 4:50 p.m.
Okay.
and I got back to him today at 12:30. But it was like hey, what are you doing? And like I said, yesterday I just zoned the fuck out. Didn't
Right.
really look at my phone. So it's one of those. Um,
Yeah, but that's not quite the same thing.
yeah, I'm trying to think of an example. Like usually, I don't know. Do we ever plan anything and I not respond or not wrap up or anything?
Not that I'm aware of. You and I don't usually have that problem.
Well, another thing though is I think you and I also converse either over the phone or just by voice in general.
Here recently, it seems like we've been doing a lot more Discord chat to start the voice, like a little feeler, like bling, 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 and then we end up with a call that gets all this shit out of the way.
Yeah, I
So
don't
there's some
know.
of that stuff. I don't know. It just seems like, bruh, this particular cool cat, could have finished a conversation at least within a 24-hour window.
Managing 10 people isn't that much. What does he manage them doing?
Man, I don't know, some marketing bullshit for the Dallas Observer. So like,
Is it like his full-time job?
sure, pretty sure it is.
No, maybe motherfucker's actually busy.
That busy on a project that yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't play that game. That's that whole
Could be.
communication etiquette thing. You should be able to finish important or you should finish conversations that matter or crucial conversations within a timely manner. You shouldn't just leave them hanging for what the fuck ever, because even that is a form of communication. Apathy is communication.
So wait, would you just prefer him to say, "Hey, let me get back to you on this"? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, some acknowledgement that there's a hanging, like yes, exactly that. You know what? This is not, I can't make it. This isn't the time to have the conversation. Let's figure something else out. And then the proper etiquette thing to do is, how about we talk at X time and place? Or I'll let you know by X time and place if I have availability.
Uh-huh.
That's what you should be doing.
If it's work for
Right.
me,
And that's what
sure.
this is supposed to be.
Okay.
Right? Right? But like with Blade, so like with family and shit, I get as annoyed, but I'm also kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. Because like I'll talk to the guy, hey, you want to do something? It'll be 3 or 4 days before I hear back, and then it usually goes something like, oh no, I'm super busy, bro. I can't do anything this Friday. I'm like, I didn't even ask about Friday, Chief, but I got you. You're busy. That kind of shit. You just let it fly.
Why do people do that instead of just saying no?
I have no clue.
I see that a lot. It can be kind of frustrating.
It's like that intermediary step between ghosting.
It's almost like people always want an excuse to not have to do something.
Right.
You can just say, I don't want to fucking do that.
Nah, it's not for me. You guys do your thing.
Yeah.
The end.
I love saying that.
Yeah.
I did that shit yesterday. Spence wanted to play some strategy games. I was like, I'm not doing that right now.
Right.
Appreciate it. But that's not me.
Not gonna do it.
We do it on group vacations a lot too. Like when the boys go out, we're staying somewhere. People want to do like 4 different things. Like, yeah, go do your shit. I don't want to do any of that.
Right.
That sounds fucking boring. But I'm gonna go do what I want to do, and we can meet back for dinner. I think that's totally okay.
That is okay. It's healthy boundaries and everything, dude.
Yeah, people they have a hard time saying like, I don't want to do that, because then you're not fun if you say that.
Oh.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like a people pleaser thing. Like, but this is the party and blah 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 blah. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just imagine their own counter arguments and they're just like, let me just finesse a way out of this.
Yeah. You want to hear something that upset me yesterday?
Sure.
I was watching someone do tier lists.
Oh, okay.
It was a friend of mine, and she was saying Subway was better than Jersey Mike's.
I don't think I've ever had Jersey Mike's.
I haven't either, but Subway is pretty fucking bad. And I know a lot of people that love Jersey Mike's.
Subway is like the bare minimum of a sandwich shop, I think.
100%, yeah. But man, I can't get that out of my head. Oh, and she had Burger King amongst her top fast food places.
That's respectable. Sort of.
What the fuck? Why is that respectable?
Why not? That's right, you really don't like Burger King. I don't think you like the charbroiled beef. Isn't that it? Like the flavor of the meat is what you really dislike?
I don't even know if it's that. It's just like, it's just always, all my childhood memories are Burger King being like excessively greasy. And
I mean, that's hamburgers in general. I think you just grew up into enjoying the grease.
No. There's something like you eat it and there's a film in your mouth.
Yowza.
Yeah. There's a lot of red flags in that
That's
tier list.
unfortunate.
A lot of stuff. She had Denny's and D tier.
Denny's and D tier.
Yeah.
It's been a
Said
hot
IHOP was better than Denny's.
If I had to choose, I'd go IHOP over Denny's.
Fuck you.
Just saying. You know, in fact, it seems like I only go to a Denny's when it's the only thing or the nearest thing around.
Denny's fucks, dude.
Yeah, but
they've got
IHOP
a better
does it
variety. IHOP does not do it better.
Show does.
When's the last time you were at an IHOP? The
About
pandemic has
3 or 4
changed an
months ago.
IHOP. And you still enjoyed it?
Yeah. I mean, it's IHOP.
Oh, no, it's not the same IHOP.
It's pancakes. It was all the things. I don't know. What was missing? What did I not experience then?
Denny's just hits different, dude.
Shit. I think
It's
you just
better.
like that meme, boy.
It's not even the meme. I'll take a Denny's over an IHOP any day. Straight up. What was the other thing? Fuddruckers.
I've never been.
So
I've always thought of it as the too expensive for sandwiches place.
Oh, it's a burger place.
Fuddruckers is a burger place?
It's a burger place, and the hamburgers used to be the size of your head. They were massive.
That
I remember
sounds like killing yourself.
Yeah, I remember growing up, like, you had to cut it with a knife and fork. It was like...
Wow, no thanks.
Think of, like, a personal pizza, like, but the size of a burger. Like, huge. And so, yeah, or like I just remember them being massive as a kid. And then I went as an adult, maybe, like, 4 years ago or so, and I remember them just being normal size, and I was like, hey, didn't these used to be like massive? Like, wasn't that the
The whole
gimmick of coming
shtick.
here? Yeah, and they were like, yeah, they used to be bigger, but they stopped doing that.
Lost money, killed people. You know what I'm saying?
Who cares if you kill the people? It's their choice.
Have you heard of that heart attack grill?
No.
You've never heard of the heart attack grill? Are you serious right now?
Heart attack grill.
So there's a restaurant
Vegas?
started. Yeah, I guess that's where it's at now. It used to be in Dallas, or they used to have one in Dallas. And the idea was if you weighed over 300 or 350 pounds, you got to eat for free. And if you order something there and you don't finish it, they have little skimpily dressed waitresses. I think they're dressed as nurses that will administer paddlings.
Let's see. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. The Heart Attack Grill was founded in 2005 in Tempe, Arizona by John Basso with the declared intent of serving nutritional pornography. Food's so bad for you, that's shocking. The idea came when writing a marketing thesis about fitness training studios. He became inspired by stories about the clients cheating on their diets. The Arizona location closed on May 31st, 2011, with a Heart Attack Grill opening in Dallas, Texas earlier that month. The Dallas restaurant closed in October 2011 due to non-payment of rent. The restaurant's official website was scrubbed of any Dallas location information. Las Vegas
Interesting.
location
They got no
Opened.
customers, huh?
in October, yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go. Illnesses and death. The restaurant spokesperson, 575-pound Blair River, died on March 31st, 2011, age 29, from complications of pneumonia. The Arizona location closed shortly thereafter on May 31st, 2011. On February 11th, the customer suffered what was reported to be an apparent heart attack while eating a triple bypass burger at the restaurant. That is fucking ironic. Restaurant
I
owner
feel like that was that motherfucker's goal, dude.
John Basso called 911 and the customer was taken to the hospital. Reportedly, patrons thought it was a stunt and started taking photos, but Sasso later said it actually felt horrible for the gentleman because of the tourists that were taking photos of him as if it were some type of stunt. Even with our own morbid sense of humor, we would never pull a stunt like that. Jesus. April 21st, a woman fell unconscious while eating a double bypass burger, drinking alcohol and smoking. February 2013, an unofficial spokesman and daily patron, a 52-year-old John Allman died of an apparent heart attack while waiting at a bus stop in front of the restaurant.
Damn. I'm telling you, it's because they did that free food bullshit. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I see it. Over 350 pound eats free. That's fucking crazy.
That is a business model, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're not forcing him to do it. I still think, so you know that lawsuit that hit McDonald's?
Are you talking about the coffee temperature one?
No, the one that
The fries and the trans fats?
people were suing him because they were getting fat from eating McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that is completely fucking insane.
So like what if McDonald's knows that, all right, here's an example. Like the hospital that I got my training in Fort Worth had a McDonald's on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
It had a cafeteria on like the second or third floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the cafeteria had like prison level food, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a McDonald's. So you're McDonald's and you know that the only opportunity, the only thing around you is like nothing because it's a hospital. It's a hospital district in a really super poor part of Fort Worth, and there ain't shit for options. But also, you're not offering healthy food on your menu. I think that was probably the crux of the conversation because there's a lot of places like that where in a particular community, like for example, people would come to that fucking McDonald's because it was literally the closest one. They weren't even part of the hospital scenario. They weren't even patients in this bitch. It was just like a food desert because of poverty and politics, and this McDonald's is the fucking joint. And
There's no grocery stores nearby?
So like a good example, like in South Dallas, there aren't any within like 15 miles. You got to go cross I-30 to get to some decent places. Although I will tell you, HEB just bought some shit in Oak Cliff. They announced
That's what's
Plano
up.
and Frisco, and then they finally announced it, or they purchased that store out of Oak Cliff.
Yeah, HEB kicks ass. I love that place. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's your choice. You chose to walk there. You chose to buy what you bought. You chose to eat it. And then you're mad at them for selling it to you?
I think it's more like, why aren't there other options that don't kill people if they consistently buy your food? I think that was the position that was taken.
There was the one guy in that documentary who had he eats Big Macs every day. He just doesn't eat.
Super Size Me guy.
There was a guy inside the documentary. It wasn't the guy. It wasn't Morgan Spurlock.
Okay.
It was a guy in the documentary, but that's what he eats every day. He had his 1,000th Big Mac, during at some point that you can look it up.
Okay.
And this guy was like, "Yeah, I eat Big Macs, but I don't eat the fries." And that's why he wasn't morbidly obese. He just ordered the burger on its own.
Okay.
And didn't have any health issues. I just feel like it's an overstep to punish someone for selling something that was legal, and then someone else just didn't like the result of it, even though
I mean, if that
you should know better.
If that argument made sense, then bartenders would never get penalized for over-serving patrons, or bars would never be held responsible for over-serving
So
patrons.
I think that one is a little bit different, because you're not allowed to operate a vehicle while you're drunk.
Sure.
You can operate a vehicle after you've eaten food. It doesn't impair your judgment. It doesn't impair your ability to deal with depth perception or I don't know, inebriation in general. It brings in a whole new variable. Yeah. But I feel like food, it's kind of on you. If I ate Papa John's every fucking day for the rest of my life, I would expect to get fat.
Yeah, that would totally be on you. I got you. Like any restaurant you're going to be doing that shit with.
Yeah, to me that's not really fair. That'd be like me suing HEB because I bought donuts every day and was like, wait a minute. I think the food. I don't know, I just thought it was fucking wild. We don't really have to get into that shit.
Little too late, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's whatever. At this point, we're just running the clock out, honestly.
Shit. I've been trying not to say anything about your fucking room this whole time.
Why? What's wrong with the room?
You've only got 3 colors in that bitch. That's a problem. Yeah. You got black, white, and a little splash of red on the poster.
Yeah, it's good.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
You need color, bro. Look at my room. My room is colorful, brother. Little sparkly light things. We got some comics on the wall. Trying to live the life over here. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's great that you need all that. I just don't.
No, I choose to surround myself with the expressive colors of the heart, my friend.
You're like, this is why you are the way you are.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You need colors. What a chump. Black and white is all I need.
I mean, you can't see other parts. So there's a Metallica framed poster to my right. There's a Kurt Cobain pastel painting to my left that's got multiple colors on it.
It does have colors.
The art in my room on the walls does have color, but your perspective, all you see right now is my dresser, my bed, and my curtains. But for the most part, all my furniture is pretty much black. But then there's my guitar rack behind me, and those are all gold, silver, black, and white. Which checks out. Black's just a good color. It goes with anything. And then I've got my monitors on my desk and stuff, and there's color on my mouse pad and RGB keyboard.
Everything.
Yeah, so there's just plenty of color, but I can see that from your end. Oh man, look at the time.
Look at the time.
I guess we'll just have to end the episode.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Do we have a Facebook going yet?
I don't know.
For
I
boomers,
didn't start one yet.
I think. All right. I don't really care if we have one or not personally. If you want to do that, I'm not gonna fucking touch it. That's some boomer shit, dude.
That's your
Um,
membership, baby.
yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe on Patreon for premium content. Those are really the three things that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything you're doing you want to plug?
Not as of yet. But
Cool.
pay attention for more of this low effort, high yield podcast because it's coming.
Yeah, yeah, more premium.
We're getting amped up for that Spider-Man episode.
Oh yeah, stick around for the Patreon. Well, do you want to just record that right after this?
Sure. Take a tiny break. Record us some Spider-Man bonus. Bonus.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.